All right, let's go ahead and apply power to our board and test out a circuit. Okay, so let me upload my code. Okay, so I have some errors here, and it looks like I am missing a semicolon. Okay, see what that does. Another error where this is actually, well, there's a semicolon. Okay, I need a semicolon here. Try this again. Another error. Oh, that should be a semicolon. See what we got. Okay, looks good. So I should see my LED come on. Boom. Okay, and depending on where you're at, you might want to adjust the light. I do have a lot of light in this room. Let me turn one of them off. So this has kind of got a, I don't know, bluish, purplish look. Um, but we'll see what's going on with these photoresistors. Remember, one is red, one is green, and one is blue. So if I just cover up two of them, I should just get a solid color. So that looks like the red one there. Okay, and let me see. Matter of fact, let's see. This one in pin, like that's in row 26. That's going back to A0. And in our code, what do we call A0? Red sensor pin. Okay. So the one in the middle, let's see, for me coming out of A1, we have that one green sensor pin. So if I cover up the two, the first and last one, I should get a greenish look, sort of a greenish, yep. And then the last one is blue. So if I cover the top one, I get a nice dark blue. Okay. As far as the gels, they should read. I want the light in here to work. These should block out just the particular light path. They're only going to react to the light of a certain wavelength. So yeah, I get, okay, so blue, I get the biggest change over blue. Let's see. Again, not as much as a change as I like to see. All right. But I mean, I think the biggest effect you'll notice that by covering up two, all right, then you get this change here. And as you vary the amount of light going, you know, I can take a LED light and flash. That'll change. All right, one more thing I want to do is we want to see what's going on with our serial port. Now, I could go up to Tools and click Serial Monitor, but there's also a little icon over here. It's for Serial Monitor. I click that. Opens up the window. Give it a second, and it's reading. Now, we have a lot of values, so let me drag this over some. So stop scrolling. All right. So our red sensor values, our raw sensor values, for red, 506, 623. Let's see. Remember, these are numbers somewhere in between 0 and 1, 1023. So this is what we're getting. Let's see if I put my hand over it, see if that changes. Yep. See, it drops down as I'm covering it up. And then let it go. It should go back up. And then our map sensor values. If you notice how close, like at the end of our blue raw sensor value here, I have no space in between where it goes to map sensor values. Here's where we can go in our codes here, where we have map sensor values. And notice I have the /T and then red. that creates this /T creates like a tab. It's like using tab, it creates a space. So I'm gonna take this um, and, and delete this here, and then I'm gonna move it in front of the mapped T. I'll need this. Okay. Now I'm gonna download this, and I should get a space in between. All right, so see now I got a space in between the blue raw sensor value then mapped. So that's what the /T gives you, is this particular gap here, so it's easier to read. And where's, I gotta expand this some more. There you go. So for my blue, um, these red values here, sensor values, remember that's this number over here being divided by 4, and it's somewhere in between 0 and 255, and you know, half of that, around, like, let's say around 127, that means that the pulse width modulation is on, like it's on for half the time. So it's about a 50% duty cycle, half on, half off. Here's a little bit above for green and blue. And of course, if I cover this up, that goes down. All right, so there it is, project 3, color shift.